are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports One. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. It's Barnes. It's Mike. It's the coordinator, Nathaniel Hackett, to be their new head coach. So let the rumors begin, let the dominoes begin, because obviously for about a year now, Denver has been linked to quarterback Aaron Rodgers. So what a better start for the Broncos to bring in his offensive coordinator from this past season, a guy who's 42 years old, has been an assistant in the NFL and college since 2003.
First head coaching job?
First head coaching
Nice.
job. Was offensive coordinator in Jacksonville and Buffalo and Syracuse, and also assistant a little further back with Tampa Bay and Buffalo as well in a different stints. So he's been around the game, a lot of experience. But listen, I mean, call me crazy, Michael, but I just feel like no one was talking about this guy for a head coach. I can't see it being at all anything other than the fact that they're pretty confident Rodgers is coming to Denver.
Literally.
Because why else would you do this?
Yeah.
There were so many other candidates that were hot candidates, and no one has talked about this guy.
And maybe they're just bringing him in probably because they don't want someone to get in the way of him.
Exactly. And then everybody's talking about this supposed package deal between Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers. So, I mean, I'm just so torn because the offense would be unbelievable. They already have good receivers there, good running backs. We touched on that yesterday. Good defense. But then you had to think about the division. I mean, he has to play Mahomes and Herbert twice a year, and Derek Carr all of a sudden is the worst quarterback in the division who just made the playoffs this year.
Yeah, no, it's a little crazy. But I don't think Green Bay is going to obviously trade him to the NFC.
No, they're not. And the thing is, he wants to be in Denver.
Oh, he does.
But maybe it's just he wants the challenge. You think with his ego, he's like, I'll play the best division. I don't care.
Maybe he's saying in his head, right, since he only has one Super Bowl, if I win in this league, the hardest league in the NFL right now, beat all these top-tier quarterbacks who, when they're said and done because they're young, will probably be at the top.
Right.
And if they keep going the way they're going, and if I just have two, at least that one is the sick Green Bay one. That was a great Super Bowl. And then this one could be historically one of the greatest runs for a quarterback defeating other quarterbacks at a high level.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking for him.
And I'm thinking he saw, especially Denver specifically, he saw what Elway was able to help
With Peyton, yeah.
And he's seen what Brady has done with Tampa.
Yes.
So I think it's just like he feels he's the next guy in line
Yes.
To do something like that.
Which, don't you think so?
Yeah. No, I do think so. I just think that it's crazy. He's going to go somewhere. He's going to go from Green Bay, a place where he was basically a lock to win the division every year, to the toughest division in football. But I guess at the end of the day, I mean, it's always been hyped up. Oh, you need home field at Lambeau. It's a different animal. And they've lost a lot of home playoff games there. So maybe at this point, he's like, I don't care where we're playing. Home, road, doesn't matter. I just want to put myself in the best position to win. And I think when you have a guy like Nathaniel Hackett, who hasn't been a head coach before, Rodgers, in a sense, is going to feel like he's the head coach. So
that could also be
why he wants to come here.
Yeah, that could also be the ego there too. Like, I made all the calls, the play calls. No one's going to think it's that coach,
right?
You know, I mean, there were stories when Mike McCarthy was his coach that he would ignore the play calls that Mike McCarthy was telling him and just do his own thing, and they'd win.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I love that.
Yeah,
especially because I think Mike McCarthy's a chief. Honestly,
he blew it.
Yeah.
He blew it. And I think it's almost like a parallel to Thibs in terms of just, I don't care what anybody says. I'm running my team the way I want to run it. And I don't care if you think I'm way wrong. It does not matter. And I think that's the mindset.
I just got a message from Tony in the group chat, and he said, Winter Olympics are coming up, Barnes. I think you should preview some events.
Oh, my God. And he doesn't even – wow. But see, the thing is, I was asking him for 2 more hockey picks. I mean, maybe he'll text back in the group because, we'll get to hockey in a little bit, but he did go 2 for 2 last night. So I just figured, the fans wanted a little more tonight, some interesting games. We'll get to it in a little bit. But
wait, but real quick before we move on, if you were Aaron Rodgers, like, you were thinking, hey, what's the best place for me to play? Where are you thinking? And with the package deal, you know what I mean? Like how they have to get Devontae as well. Who can do it? Who's the best place for you?
This is the way I look at it. I think it's split because it's like, I think it's easier to get to the Super Bowl playing in Green Bay, the division, the talent in the NFC. Go to the AFC, you're just thrown in heads up against Mahomes and Herbert. It's going to be hard. But I think the Broncos team, which didn't even make the playoffs last year, which is ironic, is actually going to probably be better than this Packard team next year. But I still honestly think if I would still stay in Green Bay just because the path is easier and you can improve that team. There is a lot of talent there. Devontae stays. And I think, they've seen how, he's not happy if they go against his wishes. So I'm sure he would feel going into this offseason, he would have full control over who's coming in, who's going out.
Right. Mary says, how about the Giants?
The Giants, I love the general manager. I think that was a great move. Head coach, it seems like, they're still haven't made the decision there. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about.
I think she's saying for Aaron to go there.
Yeah, no, he's not going to go there.
Just because they're a dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire. He needs to go to a ready team, and the Giants are nowhere.
You said you mean a ready team?
Yeah, like a Super Bowl ready team.
Yeah.
And the Giants. I mean, I heard some snippets from Rothenberg's show today that the press conference of the general manager, and he said on Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley can be good with a good offensive line. So here we go with the offensive line excuse again. So a lot on the line for those guys this year.
Both of them.
Yeah.
I agree.
So should be interesting. And one other thing before we get started with the NBA here, a shout out to my sister Jennifer's alma mater, Providence College last night, 65-62 over Xavier, 17-2. Definitely, if not the best start in school history, one of them. Right now, 17th in the country, and that ranking is probably only going to go up. So what a sight it would be. Big East Conference Tournament Final, Providence, UConn. Let's go. Let's manifest it.
Yeah.
See it.
That'll bring the Big East back.
It'll bring the Big East back. And I just like the story of Providence where it's like, Big East is a great conference, but being the school that they are, the facilities that they have, you're not getting a top 100 guy to go there. So good coaching. We mentioned before, Ed Cooley, the former Fairfield coach. So hats off to them.
And for sticking with him.
Yeah, sticking
with him. He's
been
there for years.
Been there for a long time. Providence, Rhode Island native as well. That's where he was born.
Wow. So, he's there till the end.
He's there long term, and you could just tell because I would go to a bunch of games. The head coaches that they had, a lot of dumpster fires between, Davis and Tim Welsh. So they've really just done a good job of stabilizing that program, and I hope that they continue it. So we'll keep an eye on that as we get closer and closer to conference tournaments and the NCAA tournament. But for now, let's go to the world of the National Basketball Association.
LeBron James at the buzzer. He banks in the three, and the Lakers win the game.
All right. And let's just before we get yesterday, Nets to shun deadline offers for James Harden. And me and you both agreed that this is just a stunt to really get that value up, get as big of a return as they can. And I think personally, I don't know about you, I know we like the Harden fit in Philly, but I think the Nets have their eyes set on something way greater than Ben Simmons to get back for Harden.
So you think they're trying to do a 3-team trade to get someone else?
And they want to start right now.
What if they're thinking? Now, this just popped into my sphere of the mind. What if, Matt, just move that leg real quick. What if, the move the leg, it's fine. What if they're doing a 3-team trade with the Wizards as well?
Oh,
to get Beal.
Beal with
In,
Durant.
yes.
I mean, 100%. You got to do it.
That would be, you would think they're the top dog now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Especially even if no Kyrie, just Beal and Durant, dude.
100%.
Oh.
So I think it's going to be a very busy, interesting
trade deadline. Yeah, dude. And I
I
think there's going to be pieces that, some big men moving that we don't expect to move.
I feel like every year it's never in between. It's either
All
nothing
yes.
or all these guys move that we didn't expect to move.
Yep, exactly.
Can't wait for it.
Me too.
But we got Matthew joining us.
Matthew.
How are we, sir?
What's up? How are we doing?
How
Dude,
are you?
Pretty good. And also, real quick, I know I keep changing topics here. I did see only one tweet about this, so hopefully it's legit. But supposedly the framework for the MLB collective bargaining agreement is set. Did you see that on Twitter, Matt?
That it was in front.
It's all set. The lawyers want to drag it out, get them more money and all that stuff.
I wonder how real that is.
I kind of think it is because it's like, you know what I mean? Where are you going?
They met 2 days in a row.
They met 2 days in a row, but it's like there's nowhere to go. Like it's like you're just not gonna have the season. And I think you can start spring training on time. You don't even have to push back.
I know. A lot of people were saying yesterday they still don't think he's going to start on time. But why would they not? Though?
Yeah, because I mean it's
all
February.
It's all set to go.
Like
I know. I feel like people are kind of jumping ahead of themselves a little bit with that.
Yeah,
With like.
but that's
training. We don't know.
but
yet.
that's just the nepotism in the world
Yeah.
today. It really is.
Nepotism was when like a child.
I might have just
Wrong
went for
phrase.
that one. Yeah, I might have just. I guess negativity. That's
all
more
skepticism.
Skepticism. There we go.
There it is.
Pessimism.
Pessimism.
That is the one. A little grammar lesson today. So last night, like you said, Michael, let's start with the Knicks.
Yeah, let's do it.
Another embarrassing loss here, 110-96.
I like him though.
And it really wasn't that close.
I like him though.
Blown out in the first quarter. You got Jeff Van Gundy saying that there's just no effort. They need to get different guys in there. So really bashing them. And I'm just curious what you think there. I mean, obviously Van Gundy's right. But do you think any part of that, Michael, is the fact that they decided to hire Tibbs instead of him? Is why he's
Oh, is that Jeff talking?
Yes.
Oh, Jeffrey. Yeah. Of course he's bitter. Dude, you remember the talks? It was Mark Jackson as your head coach and Jeff Van Gundy as your assistant.
Yeah.
That would set the Garden on fire. It doesn't matter if the record's whatever right now. People, they just know everything's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just love player development, dude. There's nothing like it.
Right. And we're seeing that with Obi. So hopefully
He's looking amazing.
unbelievable.
He
I knew, dude, he was going to be.
Yeah.
Nice. I don't know why.
Stephen A was ripping it. He's stupid.
Stephen A. is an idiot.
Real quick about Obi. I love that you could just see he's like I don't. It's almost like he was a baby gazelle when he came in the league. It wasn't in his body yet, really, even though he was like the most physically gifted one in that draft class. And then now the way he runs is just different down the court.
Yeah.
even.
Yeah, the confidence,
Yes.
the swagger.
Yes.
So he's someone they want to build around. Obviously, 18 points last night. And so the combination, and I'm just seeing here. So he played 21 minutes. And then how about Cam Reddish? Still only 10. Dave was talking about that this morning again, Mike. It's just
What'd he say?
No, it's just like, I don't understand. You
Yeah.
bring this guy in, it's a blowout loss. Why wouldn't you play him now? And it's just Thibodeau is set on, you have to earn your minutes.
Yeah.
He doesn't care what anybody says.
So
And I think that's why in the next calendar year, he's going to get fired.
Yeah.
I just know it's going to happen. He's sticking out his chest too much, and people get tired of that act after a while.
Yeah.
Especially when it's not producing results. Especially when you look at your starting five last night. Minus 34, minus 18, minus 30, minus 27, minus 36. And then Obi, plus 20, but he only plays 21 minutes.
Jesus, dude.
So,
Thibodeau's an idiot.
Really? And it's
No,
crazy
yeah,
how
he
quick
is.
it changed.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
I don't
happens
know
in
why.
every team
I
he
don't
goes
know
to.
and
every-
now I'm really
He's
seeing
a
it.
self-saboteur.
Because, maybe just because we're closer to him, but I was always a Thibodeau defense.
See, no, I
Yeah,
wasn't.
yeah.
Dude, my thing with Thibs was, dude, you won once as an assistant coach.
Yeah.
Where again? Boston.
Boston. That 1 year, your defensive glory.
Defensive coordinator.
Yeah, you were the fucking defensive guru, and you won one. You won one,
Yeah.
and you didn't win anywhere else.
Yeah.
You had the MVP, the youngest MVP ever in league history, dude.
But do you feel like, though, it's equal with the fact that the front office let him down by signing Kemba and Evan Fournier?
I don't know. I think it was a combo mambo.
Because everybody was so pumped about those signs at the time.
But I can't see Thibodeau being pumped for Fournier, though, the way he plays defense. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think, and especially when he pulls
Yeah, I feel like they had to have been thinking more often in terms of offense.
Yeah.
than Fournier.
So
Kemba, I thought they were hoping, obviously, for cardiac Kemba.
Yeah, no. Literally, they said on Rothenberg today. Literally, the reason he was brought in, they knew his knees were shot. They just thought the homecoming would energize him to become All-Star Kemba again.
I know.
Great.
I thought it would too. Maybe a few years ago it would have, but
Yeah, and you know what? I'll be the first one to admit it's like me thinking in my head that Dylan Betances can come back to the Yankees and be an All-Star. It's still there's some part of me that believes that.
7 points minus 30, and 2 of 8 from the field, 2 of 7.
And the best part, minus 30. That was only the third highest.
Minus.
They're all in the minus.
Yeah, he was just saying the whole starting
I
five.
know.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it now.
And then
And
it's
the
like
bench is all
Quickly. I like what Quickly does, and it's just like I don't understand why he doesn't get more minutes.
It's just shot. It's all
Well, it's
backwards
not
there.
his time, bro. It's not his time.
He has to wait till he's 34.
Yeah,
It's just
He played for a while, a big chunk of minutes like a few weeks ago, dude. You can't be doing that now.
And what do you guys think, honestly? Does he make it through the season, though, Thibs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if they lose 10 in a row?
Yeah.
Yeah, because what are they then really what are they gonna do?
Yeah. But then the offseason, Mark Jackson.
Yeah, get him.
I think Jackson has to be
So
off
wait-
for this job.
He has to be.
If Thibs
It's
is-
destiny. It's destiny.
Yeah.
It's his destiny. I think they'll keep the
That
rest of the
that would be the greatest comeback story ever in coaching history. Getting snubbed from that dynasty, the Warriors, then being fucking blackballed from the league as a head coach for 10 years, and then coming back to the team that he won Rookie of the Year and sending them to the championship glory days.
It'd be unbelievable.
That'd be the greatest coaching story ever, I think.
Yeah. I really think it would.
And he deserves it.
He does.
He's a
He
good
does.
dude.
I've always liked
It was religious reasons that the owners fired him.
Yeah.
Really?
He
I
wanted
heard
to
that.
pray with the team
I
before
heard
every
that.
game,
Oh, they don't like that.
and they don't like that over there in Golden State.
Well, yeah, whole place.
I know. They don't like that.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
But I bet you if they were worshiping, let's say, Lucifer Morningstar, it'd be all good.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's
It's just ridiculous.
It is. So we'll track that.
Like and the thing was, the players didn't mind it.
No.
Of course.
So if the players don't mind, why the fuck do you care? Ownership.
Yeah, Joe Lacob, he just
Chief.
Yeah, he just thinks
Is that the guy that came out when Durant got hurt in the finals?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
That guy.
Yes.
He looks like a chief.
Oh.
He has
Yeah.
a bowl cut.
unbelievable.
Like with the turlet on his head.
But
on
yeah,
his head.
back to the Knicks real quick, dude. Like, I'm glad they're losing part of me because it's just more of a reason to really blow this shit up. Get these old fucks out of here. Make the trade for Zion. Get him here now. He doesn't have to play this season, bro.
Mhm.
I don't even want him to play this season.
Yeah, just
Get
get with the program.
get with your boys. Get your energy back up. Be in the gym with them. Those three, dude, all off season. Imagine they get the full off season together. They come back ready for the next season. You're gonna see a whole different Knicks team.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel like you don't even have to give up Obi anymore, or Quick.
Yeah, I mean,
You could give up everybody else.
Yeah, the only thing though, I don't know about the willingness of them to take on Julius. I don't think they want him.
Who?
New
New Orleans?
Yeah.
Probably not.
They definitely doubled to
He
that
was
guy.
already there.
Yeah. He was there for $9 million, and now he's gonna come back for 30. I don't think so.
Dude, what a mess.
I know.
We're
Yeah.
completely opposite of what we thought
Yeah,
for the Knicks.
yeah,
I mean, they're 3 games below 500. It's almost the All-Star break.
Yeah.
I mean, going into the season, I thought they were going to be at this point in time, like January, dude. I mean, top 3 in the Eastern Conference. 15 games above 500, and
Yeah.
they really are they possibly the biggest disappointment?
No, the Lakers.
Lakers. Yeah. Lakers are worse.
Lakers are probably
Just
their
because
record though is crazy. 24-24. Kobe
Right.
2 years ago.
Exactly.
It's really weird.
But
So
yeah,
turn it around.
it's
Yeah.
tough. But I think we'll see both teams play a little better coming up here. Obviously, a lot of season left. So let's see what happens. But how about the Heat? Number 1 in the East.
Yep.
31-17, 17-5 at home. You get
And that's
22
impressive.
from Jimmy last night, 25 from Duncan, 20 from PJ Tucker, 21 from Hero.
Look at that
Lowry doesn't
team.
even play. And Bam has 6 points.
Look at that team though. Look at those names you just rattled off. Those
Yeah.
are playoff veteran names over there.
And how about Udonis Haslem, the last remaining of the
Of
LeBron
the
Heat team
and of the 06 team, bro.
and of the 06 team still on the team.
Insane.
I want the Heat to win just because of him.
That would be ridiculous. Imagine if they started in the finals.
They would have to and just sub him out real quick.
Yeah.
When is he going to retire?
This year, I think this is the last year.
Yeah.
I thought it was last year.
Yeah, no, he's back.
I've never seen
It's
something like
so-
this because usually if you at least they'll play you like
When
5
did he
minutes.
get drafted again? 03?
He got drafted with LeBron in them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was undrafted.
He was.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what a story, the Heat, but like we've said, good organization. The owner down. Mickey Ayers.
I mean, one of the best.
Spoelstra.
He went to Florida. to be
Yeah.
honest.
One of the
he
best-
bounced.
One of the best owners. in
They
the
always make sure their players
Yes.
are in shape, saying the right things.
game. And they always make sure their players
Pat
are okay.
Riley, how could I forget to mention him?
He's the best.
So congratulations to them. The other game we're going to take a look at here, the Bulls, 111-105. They get the job done last night.
Like we knew. We said we did that.
Yeah, exactly. Another, for the as according to Shaq, the liability out there, Vucevic, 17 points, 15 boards, 8 assists. Really
Plus 20 and plus minus.
really showing his
I don't get
liability.
what Shaq was doing there, bro. I just think he hates the new center.
Mhm.
I think he hates the new style of the position. It's not the same as when he was playing, dude. And Shaq is just one of the best centers of all time. So he, his critique is a very high standard,
But also, do you think a part of it
which
was
is not
just-
fair though, because then it blinds him from
Right.
I feel like
He doesn't want people to forget about him.
But also, I think deep down he
Now he's a robot.
must know what he's saying is nonsense. Because I think he's smarter than that, honestly. I think he
Yeah.
might just be saying it for the show.
Maybe I was just gonna say it could be good TV, get a rise out of people, but I mean, dude, Vucevic, like you said, Barnes, 17 had double, 15 boards,
And
almost,
8
almost
assists.
triple double, dude, 8 assists. One of the most versatile big men in the NBA right now, dude. And then, dude, the combo of DeRozan and Levine,
Oh, yeah.
unreal, dude. 29 for DeRozan last night. Efficiency once again, Mike, for DeRozan. 67 or 11 and 19, dude, from the field.
Yeah, that's nice.
1 of 4 from 3, so nothing crazy, but
7 assists as well.
7
boards.
assists, dude, and then Levine 23, 8 boards, 8 assists, almost a triple double for him. Also,
Yeah.
this duo of DeRozan and Levine is crazy, bro. I mean, it really.
And how about the team ball, 32 team assists? They're spreading them.
Yeah,
Oh,
and that's the thing I love too about the Bulls. That they're so complete, dude, as a team. Dude, again, as a team from the field yesterday, 54%, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Yeah, least amount of
unheard of,
3-pointers in the
dude.
league. Just doing it the right way.
Doing it the right way. Talk about the bench too, bro, and how one other thing one aspect I love about the Bulls team is that how they can interchange guys. I feel like out of the starting lineup, and then they can come off the bench, like just Kobe White, for example, dude. Come off the bench last night, 24 minutes, 9 points. And not a great night shooting per se, 4 attempts from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, but just goes to show, the versatility, interchangeability, all of that roster, dude. Guys, the different starting 5 we can assemble, dude, with the guys we have and guys coming off the bench when need be, and we're rolling, dude. We're rolling. Good win over a solid Raptors team. I know they're only 23-23, but nonetheless, dude, they got Van Fleet, they got Siakam.
Yeah.
Probably
Guys that have
both
been there
two
before.
All-Stars, we said.
Yeah.
At least Van Fleet.
Yeah, they're right there in the conversation. Cross sport parallel, but honestly, the Bulls remind me of the Rangers. as far as depth is concerned. Right? I mean,
dude, and just in the fact too, obviously it's two different kind of stories with the rebuild in a sense, but I mean, just they flipped it so quick.
return to prominence.
Return to prominence
been there
so
before.
quick, man.
You know,
I know.
rich
We gotta
history.
get a 7 championship, man. for the
Yeah.
franchise.
Absolutely, and I think we'll see one sooner than later. And just before we get to tonight, there's only 2 games, but just a quick rundown here. Last night, some other games. Cavs beat the Bucks 115-99. Kevin Love 25 points, 9 rebounds. He's been on fire. How about the Hornets?
Did he start last night or did he come off the bench?
Off the bench. He does this off the bench, and it's perfect. It'll win 6th man of the year if he keeps doing this. The Hornets dropping 158 on the Pacers.
Oh my god.
LaMelo 29-point triple-double. Hornets are up and coming.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, dude. I mean, they find themselves 5 games above 500 right now. They got a talented roster, dude. They're young as well. I mean, dude, look at their starters from last night. I mean, they're all in double digits except for Plumlee.
Yeah.
I mean, you got 20 from Rozier, 29 from LaMelo, 22 from Bridges, and 11 from Martin. And then Plumlee gives you 7. But again, all in looking at the plus minus, you got me hooked on the plus minus column now, dude. But they're all in the plus, dude.
Yeah.
They're all in the plus. And you're right, Mark's up and coming. A lot of talent. Love LaMelo, dude.
Bridges, nasty.
Scary Terry.
Yeah, so they got a lot to look forward to there.
Jordan, finally. Do you think this is the first time Jordan's had the Hornets, dude, and is like, kind of like, got something here?
Yeah.
I feel like he has yet,
I mean,
he's
he's
never
all
been able
good.
to.
If they made the playoffs, it's a sweep,
Oh,
first round out.
yeah.
No, dude. That Okafor and Gerald Wall.
No, I think my favorite player ever drafted was Adam Morrison.
Oh,
You
yeah.
really hit it on the head.
Adam Morrison's
Yeah.
NBA champion.
Yeah.
He is 2-time.
Yeah. Back to back.
So that's a good story. Ja has been going off 41 last night in a 118-110 win over the Spurs. Booker 43 points in a 105-97 win over the Jazz. So guys that have been strong all season, continuing that play. And then really other than that, I mean, the Nets rested Harden last night. Don't have Kyrie available. They fall 124-118 to the Nets, and a lot of Harden trade rumors going around. So things not looking so great in Brooklyn. But on to tonight, only 2 games, so we'll pick them both in 2 pretty good matchups. A lot of all-stars, talent guys on the floor. First one, we got the Lakers at, like you said, at 24-24, visiting Philadelphia, take on the Sixers, who are 2.5-point favorites. Total set at 219, so we get the LeBron and Embiid matchup, and wouldn't be surprised if LeBron, is guarding him a decent amount of the game. They played him at center a lot recently. What do you guys think about this one?
It's probably a pretty good game, dude. I mean, LeBron obviously is playing out of his mind. This stretch he's been on for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, at least
with at least 30 points, right?
Yeah,
They're about to get spanked.
Dude, I mean, last 10 games though, Barnes, Sixers 7-3, Lakers only 5-5. Obviously, we know they've been struggling.
It's TNT primetime game.
7-3.
Coming.
It's so crazy that there's only 2 games tonight.
Yeah,
This is an iconic matchup, though. This is a great
Yeah.
matchup.
Minnesota Golden State.
that's gonna be good.
Two
Lot
story
of talent.
franchises. Even though
Yes.
it's only 2 games, both games, lots to watch for, in terms of entertainment, you would assume that both will be high in that category as well. But bro, I mean the Sixers I feel like are far superior at this point in time than the Lakers are right now.
Sadly, it's like on paper, no, but yeah, right now.
And
It's
9-12, the Lakers are away from LA in that shit arena that they play in, whatever it's called now. And Philly is, not the best at home either, though. 11-10 would be cracking up.
No, the arena thing.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Had to jab it in.
It's like it reminds me of something that Tony would be up now.
Yeah.
I can't think of the arena. Yeah, it's like did he just can't
Yeah.
It's a terrible thing.
I'm worried for Joel though. I'm not gonna lie. If they don't make a move, because he can't do this the whole season. He's gonna get injured. He's playing way too many minutes. All the offense is through him. The whole offense. Every time you watch those games, it touches him and it goes through him. That's just a lot.
Yeah, I mean he's shooting. He's at 49, almost 50%.
Yeah, dude.
From the
He's
field
shooting
this year.
jumpers, bro.
29
too.
points a game. He's
Yeah.
doing
Like he's the reason they're winning right now. Is what I'm trying to say. It's like,
yeah.
Tobias Harris isn't Tobias Harris anymore. Like Maxey isn't getting you buckets. Seth Curry's going to give you 15 to 20. Like
They need someone because if not, you're just going to see him sadly just be a regular season guy.
Yeah, either that or, like I said, they're going to have to start Mount Drummond alongside of him. Really get that defense going.
Oh my God, two big boys.
No, it could work because Joel could shoot.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
And
so
then
they
Drummond will protect the rim.
space the floor a little bit. Yeah, Drummond obviously can't shoot. Great big body down low though. Get your boards and box out and all that good stuff. A classic center, Shaq. Like Shaq probably loves Drummond, dude.
Oh yeah.
Loves. Can't get enough of him, dude. But I'm taking the Sixers tonight, bro. Like they're home. Like I said, 7-3 in the last 10. Lakers struggling, 5-5 coming in. It's gonna be a close one, I think. Though I'm gonna go 115 to 108 in the way of Philly. Big game from Embiid, dudes, and show out. 35, 15 boards, 8 assists, just shot of a triple dub. And then Tobias Harris, dude, looks like he's probably on his last legs in Philly before they put him in the package and put him in a package. So, who knows? I think he's still a solid player. I think he's gonna contribute nicely tonight too. Let's say like 20 from him, maybe 10 assists and 6-7 rebounds, and Philly will ride those two guys to the victory tonight. Barnes, old sport.
So looking at this, I see it, right in front of me. Obviously, the Sixers playing a lot better, a lot deeper team. However, I think about the Lakers. I think about the games that they've won, and really, when they've won games against bigger, brand name teams or teams near the top of the standings, it's usually like, Durant's out or Mitchell's out or Gobert's out, something like that. So I think they're due to beat a good team and, at full strength, which the Sixers pretty much are. And it's just kind of a, despite, like I said, them being even keel, I just feel like there's just a sense of it's too easy to be like, oh, Sixers just roll over and that's it. I think LeBron's going to have something to say about that. So I think this is actually going to be a lower scoring game. Him and Embiid just battling it out. But give me the Lakers in a tight one, 98-97. And we're going to go Austin Reeves for 3 and the win at the buzzer.
You love him.
I thought you were going to say Austin Rivers. Rivers for 3.
Dude, wait, did you guys see the Reeves?
When LeBron was,
He was telling us something. There's
he's telling him a defensive play in his face.
He's literally like, it was so funny.
No.
It's hilarious.
You'll have to look it up.
What is it?
Austin Reeves and LeBron. So that's my pick there.
LeBron was probably like XQ 4 times 22, like doing math equations for him, bro.
Under and the Lakers covering the 2.5 there. Michael, what do you got here?
Yeah, I'm gonna go game winner, Joel Embiid, on LeBron, and he says, "I'm the new top dog," as he hits it, running down the court.
And is it
time expired 99-97?
Wow,
classic game.
Yeah,
classic game.
Seems like a game that should be a Saturday prime time.
It should be. This should be. This really should be. This is a great matchup.
I gotta say the NBA with Saturday night prime time is
Philly's only
it's a perfect match.
It's only 4 hours away. The tickets are $30.
And I'll be there at the Crypto.com arena against the Warriors.
Oh, that's right.
March. So that's
funny. I was just thinking.
Barnes
I know
takeover.
you're going.
Yeah,
that's kind of. Say it again. What day?
March. First week of March. So kind of as we get down the stretch, the season. Oh yeah.
What's the purpose of the trip again? I forget.
It's a bachelor party.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. For Tokri.
Yeah, and we're staying. We just booked the hotel. It's like 7 minutes from the Staples Center. Or Crypto.
No. So yeah. You're right. It's
So,
your team, Barnes. Get the arena.
I've never been to a Saturday night primetime game in person, so
I haven't been to an NBA game in fucking years.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we go, man. It's gonna be awesome.
Floor
in the garden, dude. They're in timeout. They're going around with the camera on the big screen. Ooh, who's here tonight? Who's in the garden?
Yeah.
Time.
Floor, bro. That's gonna be awesome.
Except for the Rangers too, obviously.
Why is it
hanging up in the garden?
Yeah. So that being said, we did mention the second leg of this TNT doubleheader. Oh, one thing actually I just have to add before we get here, because I wanted to bring this up before and then I got sidetracked. I know everybody loves him, and I have a feeling you guys like him as well. But I actually am really all set with Barkley. I'm not kidding. I think he's so
Charles,
I think he's so annoying. The way, like, for instance, if the Lakers are down 10, 15 points a half, he's gonna be talking shit, saying all this stuff, and it's like, bro, you won nothing. You can make every excuse you want in the world, but you have no reason to go after people that have won way more than you have. And I just think he gets this sense of credibility that's just not there. I understand he's a Hall of Fame player, but he's not a winner, and he just won't accept that.
I know it's tough.
He is old school. Can't like we were just talking about with Shaq.
Yeah,
like just can't let it go. Barkley's the same dude, bro. They come from that generation. That era of basketball was insane. It was crazy. It was very, very good. High level dude. All those guys. So, and dude, you might be a little tight for me because you ripped the Lakers the other night.
Dude, but it has nothing to do with that. I just don't think he's intelligent. I don't think he pays attention to the game. So I just like, why are we here? Why is he on this set? I don't think
Because
he's
he
funny.
says-
I
he says
really just do
wild
not
shit.
think. But
That's
I just
why.
don't think it's funny. I can't help it. It's not funny.
I don't not like him. I really, I guess on this issue, I'm just thinking, like, I guess I could kind of care less. Like, take him
Yeah.
or leave him. Like, if he was there, great, whatever.
Right.
If they fired him, it'd be like, whatever. But I understand where you're coming from, though.
Yeah.
But guys have gone back at him for that,
Oh,
including LeBron. Remember a couple
Right.
summers ago
Yeah.
when he about the gambling thing?
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
like, dude, you never even.
But I just see him as like Stephen
Shaq
A at
always
this point,
does.
honestly. I think
Yeah.
Barkley is Stephen A. I really do. Like, just
Not
saying
as
stuff.
bad. Stephen A's worse. At least he talks. At least Barkley's just basketball.
But,
right
but
now.
but I think honestly Stephen A. like pays more attention to the games than Barkley does. I don't
Oh,
think
well,
Barkley
I
like
definitely
even
do.
pays.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what teams guys
Barkley
are
said it
I
himself.
know, it's
he
ridiculous.
can't wait for the season to be over
Yeah.
so they can go fishing and what was that
Golfing.
activity? Golfing.
like go.
Yeah.
Just
So he's
go.
pumped.
Like I think it's honestly time to shake up that crew a little bit. Like keep Shaq in there, sure, but get Barkley out of there. Maybe Ernie, like maybe get a new. I just feel like get somebody
Ernie,
like
I feel like
younger
Ernie
in
is
there.
just, stuck to TNT.
Right.
Or
But
Turner,
get
no matter
Kenny
what.
Smith off of
He
there.
stinks.
And he's running to the screen.
Yeah,
That
Kenny,
he's the least I like out of that crew.
yeah. I feel like he's so just in the clouds, like just not like just saying like ridiculous stuff. and,
Yeah.
like
I
just
feel
the back
all
and
those
forth.
guys are in the clouds.
Yeah,
too.
I just want like guys that just retired, like Vince Carter. I like
Yeah.
Vince Carter. I think
Yeah.
he does a good job.
Yeah.
with
He
everything
does. He does do a great job.
T-Mac is good.
Yeah, T-Mac is
T-Mac
good.
T-Mac's great.
You know, so-
Jalen Rose.
Jalen Rose is
Jalen.
not good, but it's sad, and because ESPN's always been way behind them in terms of like a pre and post. But I actually like hearing Wilbon and Mike Greenberg better, honestly.
Yeah, I don't mind Greeny.
What do you think
Greany's
of Wilbon?
Zoo
Mike-
and Wilbon. Mike Wilbon.
Mike Wilbon, yeah. No, he was never on radio. No.
Oh, then I don't know.
Tony and Mike from PTI.
He's all right. I like PTI, honestly.
Yeah.
That's a great.
It's crazy how long.
dude.
of a
I
run.
mean, it's
Since
such a
when,
great.
2000?
2001.
It's a good concept, though.
Yeah, it
It's
is
like
a good
quick.
concept.
It's just they have the graphic right there for what they're going to talk about. It's quick.
Set the timer.
And I feel like I love them because they don't just say things to say things. They
Yeah.
actually mean them. They actually back them up. It's like
Yeah.
I don't need this whole circus with Stephen A. and
Tony.
Barkley. And
Kellerman.
yeah. Oh my god.
Connor's a chief. He's a clown.
Yeah.
He's the best.
yeah.
I love him.
So I
love
just
that.
had to get that off my chest. But second game, we got the Wolves, we got the Warriors. We are at the Chase Center, 6.5 point home favorites here for Golden State. Total set at 227.5. What do you think about this one, Matthew?
I'm going Minnesota, honestly. While Matt's thinking.
Yeah.
I think Edwards, he's gonna have a big game. I see a 50-point game from Edwards. I just feel it for some reason.
He is a beast.
I could see it. Yeah,
He reminds me of Jordan. I know it sounds weird to say
Yeah.
that, but just the way he plays early on in his career, look at the highlights. They have eerily a similar jump shot. They're the same size.
This is going to be a great game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great game, dude. I think it's going to be a lot closer than a lot of people think. And good for Minnesota, dude, for kind of etching their way of this,
Mrs.
the
Gabriel.
beginning of this rebuild.
Hey,
She's watching from work.
work. How
Oh, wow.
are ya?
How are you?
Show the coworkers, mom. Have them subscribe.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think it's
Wolves.
gonna be a lot closer than we. Like I was saying, Minnesota, dude, good for them. It seems like they're in the beginning of maybe a little bit of something, like a little shake up of going in the right direction in terms of winning more games, becoming
like a real
more
team.
of that franchise,
Yeah.
bro. Back in 03-04 when they had KG,
Yeah.
they were meeting up with
Latrell.
the Lakers in the conference finals, bro.
Yeah.
Back in those days,
Fred
so
Hoiberg.
Wally.
it's been a minute. I like the talent too that Minnesota has, bro. I like their roster. They still D'Angelo, and of course Karl Anthony Towns. Anthony Edwards, dude, is an animal.
Well,
Anthony Edwards is probably gonna go. He's special.
We've been talking about Towns, Barnes, this season, how impressed we are with
Yeah.
his leadership. He's
Yeah,
been mic'd
finally
up.
taking that step forward.
And the whole thing with Jimmy Butler, I don't know why they didn't get along, but they didn't. But it seems like that it was best for Karl Anthony Towns more.
I think
to elevate.
I think
Jimmy would have been fine regardless.
this year changed Towns, though. He lost 8 family members, including his mother. So I feel like he mentally got
motivated
tougher.
him.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yep.
saying.
Yep.
Like Jimmy knew it was in him. I feel like just he was still a soft little child in the NBA, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And dude, the last 10 Warriors 6-4, Timberwolves 7-3. So and they're at the Timberwolves over the last 10, 120 points a game. I mean, dude.
Yeah, I mean that D'Angelo's a great point guard. People forget, like just 2 years ago, he was in Brooklyn doing the ice in my veins thing, and they were in the playoffs.
Right. Everyone forgets about that.
You know,
Yeah.
and he was considered a top 10 point guard in the league right there.
Number 2 overall pick.
I forgot that he went to the Warriors too.
Yeah.
It's so funny, dude. So that draft night, I was working at Fit Club with AJ. We were talking about the draft, and then I went over to Goose's to watch it.
That's funny.
Me and AJ were like, dude, who's gonna be the number 1 pick?
That's funny.
Okafor or D'Angelo? And now, dude, it's like, what the hell is Okafor?
We were just talking about
Oh
him,
my
how
gosh,
he deserves
dude.
another chance.
Jalil,
Because he was 20-10 with New Orleans 2 years ago.
bro. You see, and then his hands, bro. That picture when he
Yeah.
threw tennis balls. in
Yeah.
there, that's fucking insane. dude.
Crazy, dude.
Someone should give him another shot. Dude, I'm gonna go Warriors tonight, but in a really hard fought battle, dude. 125, 120. And big games from on the Minnesota side of things, big games from Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns. I think they'll both be in the 30-point mark in that range. Golden State, though, dude, they're gonna come out, let the championship pedigree shine, dude. Clay and Steph shoot the lights out tonight. 90% from 3 between the two of them combined.
Jesus.
90%.
Wow.
That would be historic.
That will be some fireworks for sure. I'm gonna go Minnesota. I'm gonna say we're gonna get 40 from Towns and 30 from Edwards. And we're gonna see Minnesota 130, Warriors 120. And probably the biggest win that Minnesota has had in 10 years, besides maybe when they won that last game of the season to get into the playoffs. Other than that, though, I think it's the biggest one, especially on the road against a team like Golden State. So we got Minnesota covering the +6.5 with the outright win. And just one other thing here, Michael, high or low scoring game in your opinion? I know you got Minnesota.
I'll go like 118 to 114. Like,
Okay.
you know?
So yeah, I mean that's hitting the over. That's
I
pretty
feel like
high
they're going to
scoring.
score a lot. Those
Yeah,
teams.
and even though Golden State plays great D, the pace of Minnesota, they're constantly pushing the ball. So I think that's why we'll see that. But for now, let's go to the world of the National Hockey League.
In they come, Kevin, what a save by Vasilevsky! Are you kidding me? McAvoy, Frederick, did you get the license plate number on that truck? McDavid, you just knew that Connor McDavid was going to make a statement. What a goal!
All right. So another exciting night in the NHL. And the first game we're going to take a look at here was between the Anaheim Ducks and the Toronto Maple Leafs. And this one goes down to the wire as the Maple Leafs win in a shootout 4-3. And they get the game winning goal here. I just want to actually see. So just 1 second as I'm this was actually a pretty lengthy shootout over here. Okay, so Austin Matthews with the game winner in the shootout. And if you look at, throughout the game, back and forth, I think Anaheim was on the board first. Toronto extended the lead to 3-1 with 2 goals, and then Anaheim ends up tying it up, forcing overtime, forcing that shootout. And you look at Anaheim, they got goals from Steele, Silverberg, and Letterary. And as far as the Maple Leafs are concerned, Marner, Nylander, and Tavares, the former Islander. But just another big win for Toronto. But at the same time, I think it still shows, despite a loss, that Anaheim, me and Tony had talked about how they've been struggling after a strong start to the season. Feels like they've been turning it around. So nice win for the Maple Leafs, nevertheless. Running down the list here, pretty big surprise in Washington. The Sharks 4-1 over the Caps, and the Caps have been struggling. I don't know if
I picked the
Ovechkin.
Caps.
I think Ovechkin's is a little tired.
Tight or tight?
Both.
Yeah.
Tony was alluding to that. And I think the fact that they're missing TJ Oshie doesn't help. He's been a big part of this team. But it's just been a lack of offense. When you look at it, Sprong was the only one who scored last night. The goalie, .897 on the save percentage. So could definitely be better. Sharks have been playing well. They kind of have a balanced attack. You had 4 different guys score goals last night. So disappointing loss for the Capitals. I think now it's that they've lost 8 of 11. So you hope for their sake anyway that better times are around the corner, because we all love seeing Ovechkin on the biggest stage. Flames all over the Blue Jackets 6-0, and they just beat the Blues 7-1. So they've been hot. I think I saw something. It was a franchise record 62 shots on goal, which is absolutely insane. Just forcing the puck down their throat. And then the last 2 games of the night. So both of these were TNT national televised games. And, you guys saw in the group chat, I asked Tony to make his 2 picks, and he picked both games right. And I have to say, for once, even though I'm still going to say at the end of the day, I don't believe in it, but I was a little nervous about the jinx, because he said, did you take the Blackhawks? They're up 4-0. And then the Red Wings end up scoring 3 goals in the second. So it's 4-3 going to the third period. But no problem for the Blackhawks as they score an additional 4 goals in the third period, overmatching the Red Wings 2 goals there to win 8-5, and one of the highest scoring games in the NHL this season. And what a story the Blackhawks have been. I think they started out like 9-1. Now they're 16-20-7. So definitely a shot to possibly sneak in the playoffs if they really get it going. And the fact too that that I had mentioned, Kane's lack of offense. He only has 2 assists last night, no goals, but it doesn't matter. They get a hat trick from Strome and 2 goals from D. Princat, the left winger. And then Marc-Andre Fleury, a guy, I think he's washed. I think we saw his best days in Pittsburgh and, with the Knights. 5 goals allowed last night, .848 save percentage, but he gets the win. Because of the onslaught of goals from Chicago. So good turnaround story. Fleury this year, 14-13-3 with 2.84 goals against and a .911 save percentage. But I just like to see them get someone younger in there. Fleury, 37 years old. So I would say this is probably his last season with Chicago as a starter. We'll see, if he wants to hang on as a backup. And then the final game of the night from yesterday, very exciting, as we saw the Colorado Avalanche rally from 3-1 down after 2 to defeat the Boston Bruins in overtime 4-3. And we had a game-winning goal by Makar in overtime to give the Avalanche the win, to make it 17 straight home wins, as well as 38-3 on the season, and their 13th win in 14 games against the Boston Bruins. So this one has to be tough for the Bruins, who have lost a couple games here and there that they shouldn't have. And if you look at the scoring in this one, you had McDermott for Colorado in the first, Gerard in the third, Landeskog in the third as well. And then, like I mentioned, Cal Maker with the power play goal in overtime to give them that 4-3 victory. Goals from Marchand, Coyle, and DeBrusque for Boston. But this Colorado team, after a little bit of a shaky start, I mean, I could not be more impressed. It just seems like every night that they go out there, they're winning. You got strong play by their goalie, Kumper. He had 29 saves against 32 shots last night. You look at his record this year, 25-1, 2.64 goals against. So really doing a good job for them. The former 6th-round pick from Minnesota. But that was last night in the National Hockey League, and today is even a better day, a better night, we will see our squad, the New York Rangers, back in action tonight.
So sick,
7:00 game
it.
against the Blue Jackets. So really looking forward to that one. And it's funny, Tony would get mad if he was here right now, because this is like a spot where it's like Shesterkin has started a bunch of games in a row. It would be a Gorgie spot, and then Tony thinks I always say that, it's going to be Gorgie in goal, but it's like I see the goalie patterns, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, but just something to keep an eye out for. But we do have a lot of games tonight. I'm just taking a look here. I believe it's 9 games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 games.
Wow,
so
dude.
Your pick of the litter, Matthew.
I was gonna say, dude, a lot of them on ESPN Plus too, bro.
Yeah.
And the Islanders and Kings are gonna be on Hulu as well.
On Hulu, and then obviously the local broadcast with MSG. But let's start with you. What do you got? 2 locks. First one. What do you got?
All right, let's see, dude. Let's go with. I'm looking at this Vegas Florida game, dude. Obviously, Panthers are hot, dude. One of the best top 3 teams in the Eastern Conference. So they're rolling, but dude, Vegas, bro. I like what Vegas has got going on, dude. They're also first in the Pacific Division, and then I just want to check where are they in the in conference terms. So 4th, or hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. All right, in the West. So both solid teams here tonight in this matchup. I'm gonna go with Vegas, dude, in an upset. 4-3 in a shootout, bro.
Wow. I like
Vegas over the Florida Panthers, bro.
Yeah, and it's funny. Me and Tony have talked about how Florida, great record, but I do feel like they've dropped some games that they shouldn't have. And obviously the Golden Knights are a good team. But Florida, I mean, minus 175 here. So you'd imagine, Vegas is plus 135, plus 140. So you're definitely getting value there. I like that one. And then you have the over there as well. For my pick number 1, just taking a look at this, and there's a lot of, pretty heavy favorites, but I'm going to go with actually a short favorite here. Give me Anaheim on the road against the Canadiens. We've talked in length about their struggles this year over there in Montreal, and I just think the Ducks, after a tough loss last night, and after playing some better hockey, I think they want to get back in the winners. I think all year, even though, he didn't score last night, Troy Terry, a guy that I've mentioned a lot, in our previous episodes, I expect him, as long, it says he's day-to-day, but I expect him to give it a go. He was big in the 5-1 win over Tampa and the 5-3 win over Boston, their previous 2 games before dropping last night. I expect him to keep that up. And I just think they'll take, advantage of Montreal, no matter who they have in net. I mean, it's not good. You got your highest save percentage is .904, and the guy that's played the most games behind net for them, Allen, 5-16. Jake Allen, 5-16, 3.15 goals against. So I think this is a big win for the Ducks. Call it 6-2, and the Canadiens just keep letting their season slip away after making the Stanley Cup final last night. How the mighty have fallen. And, condolences to Gino, because we know he's a big Canadiens fan for sure. But that's going to be my pick number 1. What do you got for Dose, Matthew?
Oh, man, dude. I can't believe there's 10 games tonight, bro.
I know.
Let's go with the other expansion team, bro. The Kraken at the Pittsburgh Penguins. Pittsburgh, obviously, they've been playing pretty well. They are. Just want to take a look. Where are they in the standings, bro? Do you know?
I think they're second.
So they're second in the
East.
Metropolitan Division,
Yeah,
dude.
and I think in the East possibly as well.
In the
Second or
conference,
third.
they're actually 4th.
Oh, wow, okay.
Behind the Rangers,
Despite
with
being
3rd.
27-10, which is crazy.
and Rangers are 28-11. But I think they probably have more. Rangers have more points. They have 60, and Penguins have 59. So that explains that. But dude, I mean, the Kraken inaugural year not looking so good, dude. 13, 25, and 4. On the season, only 30 points. So usually I pick them, dude, but I'm gonna go against my desire to pick the dog here. I'm gonna roll with the established Pittsburgh Penguins, Sidney Crosby. Gonna be a tough one for Seattle tonight. 4-0. They're gonna get shut out by the Penguins. 4-0 Pittsburgh over the Kraken, dude.
Yeah, and I think
Kraken's first season, not like the Vegas Knights
close. And I'm just looking at the Eastern Conference standings here. It really has to be. I mean, you compare it to the West. I mean, how talented. The fact that you take a look at this, and the Maple Leafs are 6th, and I feel like they have better shot than everyone in the Western Conference other than Colorado to win the Cup. I mean, maybe Vegas, with Eichel coming back, but I just feel like the depth. I mean, you're talking about the Capitals 7th, the Bruins 8th. I mean, and then you never know what the Islanders are going to do. They try to move their way up the standings. So I just think the East is loaded, and their playoffs are going to be fun. And speaking of the East, and despite being 3rd, I think they are the best team in the East. So not to make a homer pick here, but got to take the Rangers. I think Columbus is awful, and I just think the Rangers, we've seen it time and time again. They take care of business against the teams that they're supposed to, and that's why they're 28-11-4, and as well as have a 15-8-2 record on the road. So they've performed well away from Madison Square Garden. And I think, whether it's Gorgie or Shesterkin, it doesn't matter. I think the offense and the defense, is really going to take care of business here. Kreider and Fox, I mean, you see them, involved in a lot of these plays. Fox, 39 assists. From their defensemen, and then Chris Kreider. I mean, it's just he's always scoring. A career high 30 goals for him. So that's been a great story for the Rangers as well. So I think they're all over Columbus in Columbus tonight. Give me the Rangers 6 and Columbus 2, and we are going to see another 2 goals from Kreider, and we're going to get 2 assists from Fox, and it gives Zibanejad a goal as well. As the good times keep on rolling for your New York Rangers as they get the W here. So that's only 4 games. There's 6 other ones tonight. So a lot of hockey. It's just going to be a fun night. And like you had said, all the action pretty much on ESPN Plus, with the exception of that Islanders Kings game on Hulu, and then your local broadcast as well. One game I'm interested to see, though, it's actually the last game of the night, 9:00, Preds at Oilers. So Oilers, after I believe it was 8 in a row, they had lost, have won their last 2, and especially last game down 2-0, ended up winning the game 3-2. I just feel like this is the point where everyone gets a little riled. They're at home. Oh, we're going to see the Oilers we've expected to see all season. And I think this is where they let up again. Predators have won a lot of games this year. 27-14-3 versus 20-16-2 for the Oilers. So that's just one to keep an eye out for. But I wouldn't be surprised. I could see it being 6-2 Predators, honestly. I just think Edmonton, whether it's the coach, whether it's possibly adding Evander Kane, they need to do something here before they waste yet another season having 2 of the top 5 players in the National Hockey League. So this is going to be a fun night of hockey. And obviously, we'll recap it all tomorrow. And then one last topic here, as we get to the end, Farmers Insurance Open at Torrey Pines in La Jolla. The North Course, the South Course, we finally got underway yesterday, an unusual Wednesday start on the PGA Tour. And when we're talking leaderboard here, we got in at 9 under par, Billy Horschel with a 1-shot lead over Michael Thompson. But how about your guys' pick, Ricky Fowler?
How's he doing?
Easier North Course, but -6, 66 yesterday. 3 shots back of the lead. Probably the best start he's had in the tournament in a little bit here.
Good.
So nice to see that out of Ricky. And
Thompson in second. Who's the
Yager? You got Tway, Heem. But if you look at this, I mean, the North Course just lot easier course. So a lot of the guys at the top started on the north, including Ricky. But then John Rahm on the harder south course, 6 under par. So showing the force that he is, so that's obviously a treat to see. So I was tuning in, watching some of the coverage on ESPN Plus yesterday on the elliptical. Just put it on,
get the I didn't even know that.
Get the
That's
AirPods
awesome.
in, because they took over the rights of PGA Tour Live, which is the expanded coverage past the 3-4 hours, that they have on network television. So that's really just increased the access to the golf. So fun to watch. And you hate to do this to people, but just looking at our dog of the tournament so far, Joshua Creel, 9 over yesterday, shot an 81. And that was on the south course. In the worst round on the north course, saw Paul Barjone shoot a 5 over 77. But most, you look at these names, other than Richie Warinsky, most of the names are guys that you haven't heard of. But Phil Mickelson, 4 over on the south course yesterday, so he'll battle to make the cut today. And it seems like with him, it's just going to be very erratic play from here on out. And I wouldn't be surprised if he plays more of the Champions Tour events, because I think he can dominate that brand of golf. So a lot of golf left. I think they're teeing off in about 2 hours today.
It's awesome that the season's just getting
that
started, dude.
Yeah. This
Pretty
is
soon,
the
before
swing.
you know it, we'll be doing the Masters preview.
Yeah,
Fucking
exactly. And a lot of tournaments between now and then, and of course, we'll give you a update tomorrow in terms of where we.
Who do you got your eye on? Anybody in particular for the season? In terms of they might rip off a couple.
Dude, I mean, no one
tournament
talks
victories
about
this
him. He plays a lot of. Not nobody talks about him, but he's not talked about as much as maybe he should be. Colin Morikawa. He plays some of the European Tour events, and I don't think he's playing this one for whatever reason. But he's a guy that I think could win 2 majors this year. We saw him win his first major in San Francisco 2 years ago at the PGA, and then he wins the Open Championship this past year.
So he's up and coming.
He's very up and coming. So I expect him to have a good year. And of course, everybody's eye on, when's Tiger coming back? Is he coming back? So that's just something to keep an eye on. But just taking a quick look ahead. So next week we'll have the Pro-Am at Pebble Beach. That's always a fun event. You get a lot of celebrities. Belichick always makes an appearance there. Brady, of course, all the Chiefs.
Brady has plenty of time now.
And then we got the Phoenix Open, TPC Scottsdale the following week. The Genesis Invitational at Riviera, the Honda Classic over in Palm Beach, Puerto Rico Open, Arnold Palmer Invitational, and the Players Championship. So that's the next 7 tournaments. So all, kind of big prestigious events. But you really get started with the Bay Hill Invitational. That's always been a big event. Arnold starting it, of course. And then the Players Championship, the biggest non-major tournament of the season. And then April 7th through the 10th, we will finally get the Masters tournament. And we will see if Hideki Matsuyama can go back-to-back. So that's obviously always something that you have circled on the calendar. But we're getting in full swing here on the PGA. We'll keep you updated for sure. But that's really what we got today, fellas. Anything else you wanted to add on the way out?
Dude, great show, man. Great show. A lot of hockey tonight, like you said. Not so much NBA.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to make it a point, I think, to check the Rangers out tonight a little bit.
Yeah.
It's always fun watching them, especially when they're good.
I forgot. Were you here when Tony was saying you saw Micheletti at the train station or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Bro, it's the Garden, dude, the Rangers, the Knicks.
But, not destroying ticket the Knicks, but
dude. Yes. Thank God. Well, that's why it's like, thank God we have, the Rangers are sick, especially for the diehard Knicks fans. And
But I think it's just for me and you, just because that's just not, we didn't, for whatever reason, just didn't grow up, Knicks fans. So it's just like the Rangers, like, it's just like, especially because I'm new to hockey, I'm just all over it. It's just like, it's sick.
It's sick, dude.
Yeah.
It is sick. I'm pumped. You're on board, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun. And dude, it's just, I love it, dude.
Yeah.
Excited for the, you got me with the golf. You get me excited for the warmer weather. And I'm thinking about when we go, how fun that'll be.
Exactly.
Downtime golf outing.
So a lot of fun stuff to look forward to.
Think it too. I have to shout out Goose, by the way. Just got engaged. So congratulations to Sam and
congratulations.
Sam and Goose. Love you guys. But dude, Goose, I don't know what his deal is. I'll find out. He'll come back with Silvermine.
Yeah.
Shout out Silvermine, great country club over there in Norwalk. And
absolutely.
Can't wait to get out there with you guys, man. Be a great time no matter where we go.
Yeah.
Dude, you gotta love the what do you call it? Landscaping of the golf course, dude.
My God.
That in itself is just, you know me, dude. What do I always say? Sometimes I don't even play all the holes because I'm so tight.
Yeah.
That I can't
Yeah. But we'll get AJ down
get
here.
the ball in the air.
He'll fix it up. Working wonders with Tony and Michael last season.
Oh yeah.
I have to jump on that then.
Yeah.
I need a little help myself. I need more.
I could use some myself.
Oh,
but that being said, just like to thank everyone for tuning in and to continue to keep commenting, liking, subscribing, checking out our YouTube page, checking out Tony plastered all over it. And then as well as some merch, downtimetv.com. Everybody enjoy your day, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing.